Testing. Well, a pleasant good morning and welcome to day number 3 here of the Parkway Freeze Invite 2022 edition. We are at the Walker Natatorium. Kirkwood High School is the venue for this meet, and we've got a sunny Sunday afternoon as we get our morning here. We're still early in this one. We started later the last couple of days, but nonetheless, we are just about set to go, and we've got a fun event to start things off here in this one. It'll be the 200-yard freestyle relay, but here's the difference. It's a mixed relay. That means the teams can have a variety of different competitors, both male and female. We'll see how that ferrets out over the course of the next few. Now, what we don't have in this particular event is who will be swimming in each different event. So just enjoy watching it. A little bit different. It looks like the way that the youngsters are lined up, it's going to be male teams and female teams all in there together. I don't think we're going to have the shifting where you might have 2 females, 2 males, 3 females, 1 male, and all those other combinations that might go with it. But nonetheless, that's what it looks like we're going to have here today. A couple of swimmers that I see getting up on the block here early on. Maybe 2 heats here in this one. I'm not really sure who all these youngsters are getting up there, but we've got a couple of young men in lanes 1 and 2, young ladies in 3 and 4, and then the boys look like we might have a false start there early on in that one too. In lane number 5, he went out early. Daniel Budeman there swimming the backstroke, and he's hanging right in there. Parkway West sophomore stretching it out here a little bit. He's in lane number 6. A couple of other youngsters surrounding him. It's like Judkins will jump in after Budeman, and I'll bet he's going to swim the butterfly. Nope, he's going to swim the breaststroke. Interesting there. His off-stroke, that might be Colin Schaefer right next to him in lane 5. Again, tough for me to tell sometimes, like trying to tell who somebody is with a football helmet on without a number. See Coach Tom Bick here cranking it out down at the bottom of your screen, trying to get his youngsters to roll, but Judkins will come in with a good time there. And right now, lane number 7 well ahead. Now it's Jack Favazza. So all the swimmers in lane 6 swimming an off stroke for them. One that is not necessarily their best, although we saw Jack do very well this weekend in that 400 IM and 200 IM. And right now, he's looking very strong in that butterfly, trying to really get that to round out his IM. He is primarily a breaststroke competitor. Final swimmer coming in now here for all of these teams. Right now, it looks like lane number 6 is leading the pack. Lane 7 right in behind them. And then you look down to lane number 2 and 1. Nice time there of a 1:38.51. Again, there's no prelim times. It's a fun event. Kind of start things off, get the blood flowing a little bit, get everybody excited. Good competition all the way around and big fun for these youngsters. You know, swimming can be highly competitive, especially at this level, but you want the kids to go out and smile and want to come back a little bit. So great event all the way around. Well, maybe swimming that butterfly may not have been Favazza. That might have actually been Gabe Porter earlier, so not really sure. Anyway, nonetheless, big fun. Enjoyed watching that one, folks. Now we'll go to heat number 2. We'll have 3 teams in this one. Lanes 3, 4, and 5. Looks like the young ladies will be in 3. The lads will be in 4, and back to the ladies in lane number 5. Going out a little more traditional here in straight freestyle. See there at your bottom of your screen, our head official, Stephanie. She has been with the Parkway program a long time. I want to give her a shout out and thank you for all she does, getting these officials organized, making this meet official. If you want to be an official, check out the Parkway website. We'd love to have more. We've had a lot of parents join the last year and a half or so. We could always use more. You can't have these meets without the officials. It takes a little while to train you up, get you to the point where you can handle a meet. But as with any sport, without officials, can't really happen. And so We want to thank all the ones who do come out year in and year out, meet in, meet out, to get these taken care of. I want to have a special shout out today as we start this one as well. I had a chance very briefly to visit with Blair Porter. He is the marshal for the event. This is his second last event in all his long years of volunteering for the Parkway program. He helps put these on, make sure they're safe, make sure all the technical stuff works. He's going to give way to Matt Mullering. So he'll have this meet and then one more for the senior champs, and then he will hang up his volunteer vest, if you will. You always see Blair wearing the bright orange around these meets that Parkway hosts over the last several years. He does a great job. We want to thank him for all that dedication. And yesterday was his birthday. So if you see Blair sometime in the near future, tell him happy birthday. Right now, looks like it'll be lane number 4 here in this one. A couple of the other swimmers getting in a few extra strokes here. We've got a butterflyer there in lane 5. And that'll do it, folks. So we end up with our first event. Now, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe here to our YouTube channel. We want to remind everybody you can do that. Friends are out there watching, they can do it as well. And then you can also chime in on the message board. Hit us with a note. Let us know you're out there watching. We love to hear from them. Always nice to hear from the folks that are tuning in. And of course, if I make a mistake, you can always hit it right there on the message board and let us know. Okay, so we're done with the first fun event. Now, here's how we're going to go through today. It'll be a 200-yard freestyle first event, then the 100-yard breaststroke, followed then by the 100-yard backstroke, 200-yard butterfly. Then we'll have the 50 free, which is always fun. There'll be loads of heats in that one. And then we'll wind things out with this early morning session, probably somewhere around noontime, with that mile, the 1650. There'll be 2 heats of that, one for the females and one for the young men. And they're giving a little chance for all these youngsters to collect themselves and get back ready to roll here. 3 heats for these young ladies, 200-yard freestyle. It'll be Claire Luna in lane number 1, Lily Driscoll's in 2, Paige Blom is in lane number 3, it's Sydney Matheny in 4, Ellie Green is in 5, Vika Anderson in 6, Savannah Amon in lane 7, and Cora Donaldson in lane number 8. Now, I've got a challenge for 2 of our longtime and maybe our top viewers, Scott Schaefer and Mr. Matheny. Which one of you is going to chime in on the message board first today? That's what we want to see. You guys are always the first 2, but they always give us nice little swim anecdotes and cheering the kids on. Good positivity they like to send along the airwaves. And, of course, it's Scott. He said, let's go, Sid. So Sydney will be in this one. We know that Ryan's also watching her as well. Although I wonder, he may be volunteering today as well. So he could be right here at the meet. So maybe not a fair contest if that's the case. You see somebody down on the far side, and my 50-year-old eye is not quite as good as they used to be, but that could very well be him. Yeah, we just about a couple of minutes here, so let me give you a few little notes about some of our swimmers. We mentioned Sydney Matheny, of course, she's one of the top age group swimmers has been for the Parkway program, and she has now moved up to the 13-year-olds, trying to reestablish herself. When you get that bump from that 11 and 12-year-old, you're really excelling, then to the 13. That's a big leap for the parents who don't know that. And you got to reestablish those times, get back into those BBs, get back into those double A's, triple A's, etc. Sydney's been there before, no doubt about it. With her competitive nature, she'll be able to do it. Her older brother, Tyler, also on the swim team. We'll mention him and talk about him a little bit later today also. Give a shout out to Paige Blom. She's from Selvage Middle, 7th grader, 13 years old. Loves that free and breaststroke, plays hoops. Well, how much does she play hoops? Folks, she plays on 3 teams. Love to see the multiple sport athletes. You know, my son played multiple sports really up until about the last year. Ryan Matheny chiming in now as well. So thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Send us along some notes throughout the course of the day. As we are set to go now, This will be the 200-yard freestyle, so 8 lengths of the pool for each of these young ladies. Top time coming in was Ellie Green with a 2:12.52. Let's talk a little bit about Ellie. She's a 14-year-old, goes to St. Joe's. She's a freshman, also swims on the Angels swim team, loves the sprint and free, will run track in the spring as well. Of course, their head coach over at St. Joe's, Mary Beth Wilson, had kids in the Parkway program for a while, and they swim elsewhere now. And then Coach Michelle Tischer, longtime assistant coach at St. Joe. We want to give a shout out to her. She was instrumental in my own kids' development for a number of years at the old farm pool. So hello to Michelle, one of my fellow parishioners in Incarnate Word Parish. Vika Anderson, she's 13. Just turned this month. Her mom, Sonia, gave us a couple of nice little anecdotes. She goes to Sager Middle, 7th grade. Loves that breaststroke, cross-country runner. She's also in honors band. We've seen Vika develop nicely over the course of the last several years. Right now, Sydney Matheny going out strong. We'll see what her split is here. She came in, Sydney did, with that 2:04.38. Trying to look at what are those times. Double B for this one for those 14 and unders is a 2:21.29. That AAA is a 1:59.49. So Sydney was right there prior to this. See if she can bump up just a little bit. She's front running right now, about 2 to 3 lengths ahead of the next closest swimmer. That's in lane number 5, and that is Ellie Green. Vika Anderson right in there with her, along with Paige Blom. Sydney's not going to quite get her AAA time yet. I know she'll come near it by the time she is done swimming at the end of the summer, but she's got a chance to get a personal best. Can she come in under that 2:04? She will touch it just about 2:06. Good time for Sydney. We'll see what that final piece is, 2:06.88. That'll be the top time so far in this one. Nice swim for her. Again, this is all finals, so it'll be the fastest heats to the slowest prelim-wise. Second place in that one goes to Ellie Green, followed by Paige Blom. Fourth place goes to Vika, and then rounding things out, it'll be Driscoll, Amon, Luna, and Donaldson. Congratulations to all those young ladies. Some good times in there as we get set for heat number 2 at Edie Deo in lane number 1. It's Allie Quick in lane number 2. Kayla Wall in lane number 3. Ava Assinger's in 4. Mia Crandall's in 5. Rachel Bolin is in lane 6. Carly Keski is in 7. And Lindsay Wong in lane number 8. All 13 and 14-year-olds with the exception of Ava. She's in lane 4. She's a 17-year-old. Shout out to Rachel Boland's father, Matt. Went to high school with Matt. Doctor around town here. They live in this area. Back for her second year in the program. Give a shout out to the Crandalls as well. Mia's a friend of my young daughter, and her brother's in my daughter's class at Incarnate Word. Mia will graduate 8th grade, move on to high school next year. A shout out to her parents as well. Had a chance to say hi to Mia earlier. She was sitting right in behind us. But right now, looking very strong. In lane number 4, Ava Assinger. She came in with a 2:23.14. For the older kids, what are they looking for? They're looking for some things like dropping in their time, maybe getting a sectional cut. We've got the national sectional cuts. So not quite sure as the local sectional will be held at the University of Missouri in mid-March. They have not released the time standards for that yet. If they go off of the old one in this 200 free for the females, it'll be a 1:57.09 if they go off the national one. Sometimes the regions have the opportunity to do it a little bit separately. It'd be 1:53.79. So that's kind of what they're shooting for, these youngsters. And of course, we talked about those 13 and 14-year-olds. Those 2:21.29. That's the double B time. That gets you into the Division I championships in just a couple of weeks' time. That'll be held at the Recplex in St. Peter's. 3 heats overall for the females. Typically when we go to these swim meets, you oftentimes see a lot more females than males. Well, the high school females in the state of Missouri right now are right in the midst of the season. So a lot of them have elected not to swim this. They're getting ready for their conference meet, and it's the state meet coming up in 3 weeks. First one in is Assinger at a 2:20.96. Right in behind her, second place was Keski, followed by Crandall. And rounding things out, it'll be Deo, Wall, Quick, Wong, and Bolin. Congratulations to those young ladies. Nice times all the way around. Nice drop for Lindsey Wong. She had a 2-second drop in that one. Now here we go with heat number 3. It'll be Therese Bathgate in lane number 3. See if Reisel's here today. Reisel Mendoza is here today. She was not here the last couple of days. Good, nice to see her back in the pool. Louisa Marietta in lane 5 and Audrey Van Kirk in lane 6. Reisel, one of the top Paralympic swimmers in the country. She's very good. 18-year-old in lane number 4. Therese Bathgate, want to give a shout out to her grandparents once again, joining us from across the pond. Her mom, Annie, was able to write in and talk a little bit about Therese. So Peter and Sandy are tuning in from Manchester, England.
This is the final heat for event 34, event 35.
This young lady's a 7th grader at Southwest Middle. She's in the school musical, The Addams Family. Also plays the viola or viola. I know people pronounce it different ways. I'm not even sure which way is correct. I know in Missouri, it's Missouri, not Missouri, but I don't know if it's viola or viola. Good swims right now, leading the pack here. Lane number 6 is Van Kirk. Looking very strong. She's going to come down and touch the wall one more time. Van Kirk did not have a previously established time. Fastest time coming in was Reisel with a 2:46.83. Got a couple more shout outs along the line. John Joyner. John was here yesterday with us, running security. Good to see him. Liz Barkley is cheering on Audrey Van Kirk. She's new to Parkway. That BB time, Liz, to get in there for the young ladies is a 2:21.29. Right now she is pacing well ahead of well, she's pacing right on it. She's going to have to come back quick here. Don't forget, folks, that you talk to your coaches. There's that last chance meet coming in. If you're really close to one of your cuts and you're trying to get it, maybe they can get into that one. Annie and Rob Bathgate both saying, go Therese. Thanks for chiming in. I'm telling you, folks, we, as I mentioned yesterday on the air, we don't know about this phenomenon, but there's something in the air when you chime in for your youngsters. A lot of times we see them get drops in their time. First one in is Van Kirk. Let's see what that time is. 2:34.87. Not a bad time for Audrey for her first time ever swimming that one and getting that established time. So congratulations to her. Marietta will come in second with a 2:43.44. Then Therese Bathgate. She'll hit in at 2:47.55, followed by Reisel Mendoza. Reisel will be a little bit off her previous best. She's been out the last couple of days, 2:53.98. All right, let's move on over to the boys now. This will be heat number 1 of 5. Again, fastest to slowest heats. Emmett Shank will be in lane number 1. We've got a full house with 8 lanes. It's Ryan Lipsky. Next to him is Andy Assinger, and then Matthew Judkins is in 4. Connor Southers is in 5. Jacob Deering's in 6. Andrew Hebner is in 7. And Andre Myers is in lane number 8. Expect Judkins and Southers to be out early here in this one. Judkins has taken the easy early lead with a 25.40 in his first split. Also look up in lane number 1, Emmett Shank. Then we talked to his mom, Erin, wrote in on a couple of nice notes about him yesterday. Of course, the Shanks, all of them on the swim team. Older brother Cal is here. His dad Brett is down on the pool deck. You see him at the top side of the screen right in the middle there, walking up and down. He's one of the head officials as well, making sure this meet gets certified. He does a tremendous job. I want to thank him for all his work. Judkins now front running last split there. He slowed down a little bit. Hit it at right about 30 seconds. His previous best time in this event is a 1:46.34. He wants to see if he can go lower than that. Not sure if he's going to be able to do it in that bright green Speedo, but we'll see. Looking strong right now in lane number 7. Andrew Hebner, the 17-year-old. Swims right here at Kirkwood High School. Again, we mentioned Evan Shank. He looks strong too up in lane number 1. Don't sleep on lane number 3 with Andy Assinger. Closing the gap right now, Andrew Hebner. He's come within a body length now of Judkins. He comes into the wall. We'll see what he hits at. Won't be his best time, but he'll get a 1:53.28. That'll lead the pack. Looking at that sectional time on the national level, that 2 free is a 1:43.79. No one gonna sniff that one. There were 13 and 14-year-olds in that one. That double B time was a 1:47.29. I'm sorry, it was a 2:12.79. So all those underneath that one. Here we go with heat number 2. It's Zidane Riza in lane number 1. Bennett Christopherson's in 2. Matthew Sheridan is in 3. William Chen next to him. Cole Smith with Patrick Wong in lane 6. Alex McGee's in 7. And actually, Patrick is not here today in lane 6. And then Jack Fisser in lane number 8. Had a chance to meet his mother Nancy earlier today. She is helping with security. So I want to say hello to her. As these young men come in, top time coming into this one is Cole Smith with 2:01.59. We talked a little bit about Cole over the last couple of days. Swims for Parkway Central, just got the bug and decided after the high school season, which he really enjoyed, to come out for the Parkway team, and he is really showing his quality. I want to thank his mother for sending in those nice notes. He's a freshman there at Parkway Central. His stepfather Mike was a big-time swimmer. Always nice to see him when we get the opportunity. Right now, he's leading the pack. Last split, first 100 was a 58.16. That puts him in a nice position, maybe to get a personal best here in this one. Also looking good up in lane number 1 is Zidane Riza. We know he can go fast, just 14 years old. He came in with a 2:04. That's well under that double B cut. Right now, he might be the first one into touch here. Actually, it's going to be Riza just behind. William Chen. I think I said it was Cole Smith. Cole Smith is riding behind Chen, so my apologies to the Chen family if I got that wrong. But William looking strong right now. He's kind of gapped it out just a little bit. Now he's going to come home, is young William. Chen did have that best time with a 2:01.42. And right now, looks like he goes under the flag. Can he out-touch? And he will be first. So William Chen will come in just around 2 minutes, followed by Riza and then Smith. McGee right behind him with Bennett Christopherson in lane number 2. Rounding things out, it'll be Pfister and Sheridan. 1:59.94. Nice time there. Drop of 5 seconds for Riza, and I did not get the official time for Wong, but he had to be under that, which would have been a personal best for him going under 2 minutes. Judkins still holding up at a 1:53. Heat number 3, it's Ethan Hill on lane number 1. Michael Purcell in 2. Luke Heberly in 3, Nate Bowers in 4, Pavel Hardy. Next to him in 6 is Tommy Fichter. Harry Pendleton is in 7, and Charlie Schaefer is in lane number 8. All right, we got a clarification on the text line, so we want to thank you to Aaron Shank, or actually we really want to thank Willa Shank. So Willa goes to school with my nephew Max, and she said it's pronounced Viola. So we're going with Viola from now on. Just like Missouri, and my reminder will always be it's pronounced Missouri and Viola, not Missouri and Viola. So thank you, Willa, and thank you, Aaron, for passing that along. Neck and neck right in the middle right now. It's Bauer and Hardy. Lanes number 4 and 5, they are almost synchronized in their strokes, and it's going to come right down, folks, to the flag. Actually, this turn right here might have a significant role to play in who's going to win this particular heat. Looking good is Hardy. Hardy with a nice turn, and he's slightly taking the lead right now, and he's trying to stretch it out. They'll get to mid-pool, and we'll see what happens when they go underneath the flag. It's Hardy and Bauer coming right down to the end of this one, and Pavel Hardy is going to take the heat. He'll come in just about 2:03. We'll see what that final time is. 2:03.59 for Pavel. Bauer right in behind him with a 2:04.72. Then it's Hill up in lane 1, followed by Purcell and Fichter, Pendleton, and Schaefer. John Joyner wants to say, go Harry Pendleton. Shout out to his dad as well. He's timing today. Hitting on now. Heat number 4. Juju is in lane number 1. It's Jackson Deering in lane 2. Tyler Matheny got a shout out from his pop, said go Big Ty. He's in lane 3. Lucas Day is in 4. Elliott Bland is in 5. Taylor Altrogi is in 6. Johnny Laird's in 7th, and Aiden Workman in lane number 8. Talk a little bit about Mr. Altrogi, who is in lane number 6. 13-year-old, loves that freestyle, so right now that's what he's the best at. He also plays baseball, and again, can't preach enough those multi-sport athletes. I'll give a little more anecdote here in a minute after I give another shout out here, and that's a very special thank you to the Lairds and their good friend, the Godfather, Jason Stone, for a nice little gift. They sent along some Dr. Peppers to Kevin Girth and I, so thank you. Those are always very welcome. And of course, anybody out there, we accept things like lottery tickets, candy bars. Takes a lot of sugar to get through these events, although Kevin's in much better shape than I am. Mine will go right to the middle. He could probably burn that off and just sitting here. But nonetheless, it's all fun for us. We want to thank the Laird family. Sure appreciate that. There's no doubt about it. First one off the wall here is Deering as he comes back down. I'll touch here one more time. Looking good in the middle of the pool. Lane number 4 is Lucas Day. All these youngsters want to go for that personal best time. Matheny is 15. The rest are 13 and 14-year-olds. Again, that double B time is a 2:12.79. No one in this current heat has that yet, but right now, I'm going to tell you what, lane number 2, Jason Deering, he came in with a 2:25.45. He's got an opportunity to hit it. He's going to have to come back quick here on this last lap. Of course, we mentioned Matheny, Paralympian, national Paralympian in track and field and in swimming. Tremendous athlete. And again, a good all-around kid. I want to thank his dad for always chiming in. That's going to be really close. It's going to be right at 2:12, I think. Deering 2:12.57. He'll get it. Double B cut for him. So nice job for Jason Deering. Gets that double B cut. He'll have the opportunity to swim this in a couple of weeks' time at the Recplex in St. Peter's. All right, here we go now. Heat number 5. Scheduled for a full house. We'll see if we get everybody in on this one. Nobody in lane 1, it looks like, unless they come up late. Nope, it'll be nobody in lane 1. Emilio Samaya in lane 2. It's Gavin Joyner in lane number 3. Adam Barnes in 4. George Martin's in 5. Nick McBride is in lane number 6. Howard King in lane number 7, and Ed Norton in lane number 8. John giving another shout out to Gavin, saying go Gavin go. He's in lane number 3 right now. One of the first 2 to touch the wall, along with Norton down in lane number 8. All these competitors, 13 and 14 years old. Norton does not yet have a previously established time. "100-yard breaststroke following this one, folks. Stay tuned for that one." Norton and Joyner right now heading the pack. They are about even as they come to mid-pool. Joyner's in 3. Norton is in 8. Gavin's taking a slight little bit lead as they come back after the halfway point in the event and in the pool. Be with you here this afternoon as well, along with Kevin, for that 12 and under. Looking forward to seeing some of those youngsters swim. Got an opportunity to be here on Friday evening and see those that swam in some of those distance events. Was not here yesterday, so that's always nice to see some of the parents too that we don't get an opportunity. My daughter was in the program for a number of years and swam with a lot of those young ladies and young men, so it'll be good to see them again. She is no longer swimming, but nonetheless, your friends remain, and that's one of the great things about this, good camaraderie about this, and she still likes to find out how they're all doing following the events. Well, it looks right now like Gavin Joyner in lane number 3 is going to be your leader as he touches the wall. This underwater, very important. But these youngsters will figure that out right now, and he had a very nice underwater, but also looking like he's coming on very strong in lane number 4 is Adam Barnes. Also coming back on strong is Edward Norton in lane number 8. Who's going to be the first one into the wall underneath the flag? And it looks like Gavin will take the heat. Let's see if he can get a personal best time. Came over the 2:49.60, and he's going to shatter that one. Way to go. 2:42.97, followed by Norton with a 2:44. Nice first time for him. 2:45 for Barnes, just off his previous best. But when you're looking at this, folks, you want these youngsters to be improving those times or right around those times each meet and out. Can't happen at every stroke. Won't happen at every stroke. Don't get discouraged. Just keep working at it, and you will find that they will continue to improve. And rounding things out will be Ken and Samaya. So that'll end our 200 freestyle. And the first individual event here today. All right, here we go now. Girls 13 and over. This will be the 100-yard breaststroke. Will be Ellie Green in lane number 1, Sierra Graham's in 2, Deanna Schindler is in lane number 3, Shelby Bouchon, 17-year-old. She swims for CSP. She is here this weekend, really getting some good times. Swam very well yesterday. Georgia Samet's in 4. Grace Ortle is in lane number 6. She is with Metro East, as is Samet and their teammate Claire Paul in lane number 7, and Vika Anderson in lane number 8. We mentioned Vika earlier, and Ellie Green. I want to mention Sierra Graham is in lane number 2. Her father, Ron, top official. I want to give an extra shout out to Ron. I got a comment from one of the parents yesterday that was down there timing. His son actually got DQ'd, made a wrong turn, but he said, you know, the guy who was the official stopped, told him what he did wrong, instructed him, and that's a very important thing for these youngsters, especially the ones that are new to swimming, and Ron took the time to do that. I want to give him a shout out. You see that throughout the day when the younger kids, especially the newer kids, are in this, they instruct them, help them out, so it's almost like having another coach out there. Ron, good all-around guy as well. His daughter Sierra continues to excel. 13-year-old, she's aged up here and trying to get her legs back under her just a little bit, as we mentioned previously. Right now, though, middle of the pool here on this last lane, it's Bouchon in lane number 4. Right next to her, Samet, and then Ortle in 6. Traditional V almost in this one, folks, as you look at it. Usually the top time is in lane 4 and 5, and it'll be Bouchon. She will come in right around a 1:11. Let's see what her time is going to be. A 1:10.26 for Shelby, and that is just off her previous best time. Samet second with a 1:10.60. That's right about her previous best. Schindler, 1:15, was in third. Round things out, it'll be Graham, followed by Green. Ortle was in there as well, Paul and Anderson. Heat number 2. We got a full house, all 8 lanes occupied. Natalie Gromberg's in lane 1. Danny Hume is in 2. Maddie Stoner, with Cecilia Hoganson in 4. It's Mia Crandall in 5. Savannah Amon in lane 6. Paige Blom in 7. And Allie Quick is in lane 8. All 13 and 14-year-olds in this one. Natalie Gromberg, her mom Rose, gives a few little anecdotes. She's in AGS, 7th grade at Wildwood Middle. She's not made for land sports, as her mother said, so she loves the water. She loves the butterfly and the freestyle. This is her 5th year playing the viola. She's an honor student and loves art as well, so good all-around youngster. there. We've got Danny Hume as well. We're going to shout out to her parents. Her mom Jill rode in, 13 years old, Selvage Middle. Loves the free, the breaststroke. Her older sister Haley was in the program for a number of years. The Hume family's been in and around the Parkway program, donated a lot of hours and volunteering as well. Say hello to them. Want to give a shout out to the Sammets. And we got a Let's Go Georgia just a moment ago. Catching back up on the message board. And a Go Natalie from Bonnie Gromberg. First one in here in the heat will be Hoganson with a 124. Just off of her previous best time. Second place in the heat goes to Stoner. Third to Amon. Fourth in the heat goes to Hume. And then rounding things out, it'll be Blum, Crandall, Quick, and Gromberg. All right, third heat here in this one. Rachel Boland will be in lane number 1 at the top of your screen with Kate Morgan next to her. Louisa Marietta is in lane 3. Claire Luna's in 4. Leah Grendler is in lane 5. It's Sam Hangelsman in lane number 6 for Metz. Gabby Gastrich is in lane 7. And Kayla Wall is in lane number 8. First one here on the split, Claire Luna. She was very strong yesterday in all of her events. Nice split there at a 43. Again, if you're wondering, these are all 13-year-olds, with the exception of Walls, a 14-year-old. 121.69. That is that double B time they're trying to get into that champs meet here in a couple of weeks' time. Got a 15-year-old in here as well from Metz. It's Hangelsman. And in fact, this is the announcer not really paying as close attention as he should have. She's actually scratched out, so lane 6 is not occupied. My apologies. Traditional V, though, with that lane number 4 being the front runner, holding to serve, if you will. And Luna will come in first. We'll see what her split's going to be or what her final time is. Claire will come over to the 131.13. Good time for her. Second place in the heat goes to Grendler. Then it's Marietta, Morgan, Gastrich, Bolin, and Wall. Well, we got one final heat now. I'm going to check the lanes first. We've got 2 young ladies up on the block. Claire Lemkuhl is in lane number 4, and Therese Bathgate is in lane number 5. Off the wall, we get a nice split. Yeah, just about 47 seconds. Lemkuhl first, leading Therese Bathgate here ever so slightly. We mentioned earlier Therese's grandparents listening to us and watching from overseas, and my young son will get an opportunity to visit London here in a couple of weeks' time. He will miss the sectional, and he has had this trip scheduled for 2 years, a student exchange. We'll get a student to come back here later, either in the spring or the summer. She'll stay with us a little bit, but part of school, he was supposed to do that program in 8th grade, and so it's been canceled a number of times. He's finally going to get that opportunity, and always fun. We get an opportunity to visit some folks over in London and across into the UK. Lemkuhl coming first, 136.54. Good time for her. And followed right in behind by Therese Bathgate now as she finishes up. All right, folks, we're going to turn it over here. We're going to head over to the young men. You know, these Boys are getting ready to dive in, and they do. It'll be Connor Moran in lane number 1 with Daniel Budeman in 2. Pavel Hardy's in 3. Luke Heberly is in 4. Callum Shank is in lane 5. His mom, Erin, said the nice anecdote that he finally has his driver's license, so she does not have to drive him to those early morning practices. Let me tell you something, Erin. I know a lot about that. And, of course, they got a little further to go. They live in Webster Grove, so he gets to drive now to Parkway North. Andy Assinger's in lane 6. Jeremiah Kinnig's in 7th. Jeremiah looking really strong. First coming out in a 29.10 in his split, and then Gabe Porter's in lane 8. Off event for Gabe, not one that he typically swims. Looking to the middle of the pool. Lane 4. It's Heberly. Want to know what that sectional cut is in this 100-yard breaststroke? 59.79. I don't think anybody's going to quite get that one. Moran, of course, just a 13-year-old up at the top of your screen. He's going to touch and be in 4th place. He's going to have a really nice time. He's shooting for a 103.89. He's just off of that, but he's got a solid double-A time at a 105. So in the heat, it'll go Kinnick, followed by Heberly, and then rounding things out, Assinger, Moran with a very nice time for the 13-year-old. Shank with a 107.57. He'll be a little disappointed with that. And then Budeman, Hardy, and Porter. All right, Vincent Hager's in lane number 1, top of your screen. Braden Shearer next to him. Nate Bauer is in lane 3 with Will Cottle in 4. Bennett Christopherson in 5. William Chen is in 6. Daniel Lansbaum in lane number 7. And Colin Schaefer in lane number 8. A lot of these youngsters swimming in off event for them. You think about young men like Hager and Schaefer bracketing this one in lanes number 1 and 8. They're more power swimmers with the butterflies and the freestyles. And of course, Vincent's family very involved. His mother, part of the board. His older brother Gavin was a coach for a long time. Of course, he's really coming into his own over the course of the last year and a half, moving up to that senior national ranks. You got Braden Shearer. His dad Dan told me back in the fall, all of a sudden he becomes a breaststroker. His team in high school needed it, and he swims it. So he's looking strong. Also, you look at the middle of the pool. Again, Will Cottle there, Nate Bauer. It'll be Cottle getting that first place. We'll see what his time is going to be, a 107.85. Nice time for Will. Second place in the heat goes to Braden Shearer. Third place in the heat to Lansbaum. Danny always very strong in that breaststroke. Young 14-year-old. Colin Schaefer right there in 4th place. I think it'll be a nice time for him at a 109. Zeke shaves 5 seconds off. So good times for those two as they both drop. All right, we'll go now to heat number 3. It'll be Alex McGee in 1. Kevin Wong in lane number 2. Will Jost off event for him in lane number 3. Jost primarily is a sprint freestyler. Cole Smith right next to him, Parkway Central teammate. Nick McBride is in no one in 7 and 8. We want to give a shout out to, we had Colby Robick scheduled to be in in lane number 3 in this heat. When we give a shout out, he got a note from his grandparents and want to say, hey, he's been accepted to CBC High School. They wanted to say how proud of him they are, and congratulations, young Colby. Of course, we've known the Robick family for a number of years. His sister Peyton on the team and younger brother as well. Great family, always volunteering, helping out and whatnot. So Vicky and Corey want to say hello to you. Coming right down to it now, it's Jost and Smith. Let's see who's going to be the first one to touch. It'll be William Jost. His previous time was a 1:15. He'll shave 4 seconds off that. Nice job, William. Also Smith, he'll shave 9 seconds off. He came in with a 1:20. So nice job for William. Again, William, part of that team that went to the Junior Nationals, got some of those relay records. He's really coming to his own. He's shot up. Shout out to his mom, Carrie, and his dad, Todd. A couple of more shout outs. Rusty Noble says, go honey. Natalie G said, go Therese. As did Ellen Z. Got one from John to his carpool kids, Gavin, Harry, and Tyler, representing Parkway South Middle. Tyler missed yesterday with hockey games, so he's in right now. Full house right now. Leading the pack is Grayson Mueller. Again, He's a great distance freestyler, but he's really rounding out his whole swimming acumen. Young man goes to St. Louis U High, Junior Bill. Aiden Workman's in lane number 2. It's Elliott Bland in 3. Harry Pendleton is in 4. It's Johnny Laird in 5. Gavin Joyner is in 6. And Tyler Fessenmeyer in lane number 7 with Tyler Matheny in lane number 8. Again, what are we looking for with these youngsters? We want them to continue to improve. Some of them trying to get that BB cut if they're 13 and 14. That's a 1:15.49. First one into the wall, it'll be Grayson. He came in, previous best time was a 1:33.92. He's going to shatter that. In fact, he's going to drop 23 seconds, a 1:10. Great job for Grayson. That's a tough stroke to kind of learn, but you've got to learn if you want to be an IMer and an all-around good swimmer. Second place in that one goes to Pendleton. Then it's Fessenmeyer rounding things out. It'll be Laird, Joyner, Bland, Workman, and then Tyler Matheny will be the last one to touch. Tyler will be right near his time. He had a 1:38.60. He's right around 1:40. He was 1:39.30. So just right on his time. Less than a second difference there. One final heat now. 5 swimmers in. It'll be Pinkerton in 2. Emilio Samaya in 3. Barnes in 4. Ken in 5. And Elliott Dick in lane number 6 from U City. Pinkerton and Dick do not have previously established times. And right now, Pinkerton going out early, trying to front run a little bit.
This is the final heat for event 37. Event 38, girls, 13 and over, 100.
Go Elliott from Daniel. Giving him a shout out. He's looking strong right now, especially his first time out. Pinkerton looking pretty good too. Top of your screen up in lane number 2. This the most technical of all the strokes. You got to figure out how to get all the different moving parts to work together. And coming from a parent who has a swimmer that swims at a very high level, this was the last stroke that he became proficient at, and just now at 16 years old is becoming good at it. His 5th year in the club, and he was getting DQ'd in this stroke all the way up really until last year, and consistently still will fall into some of those bad habits. This is a tough one. So a good time for Pinkerton at a 1:23.38. Nice job. That's just off the B time. Dick comes in with a 1:34.46. Good job for both of those young men. Following him is Ken. He'll beat his previous best, which is a 1:53. He comes in at a 1:45. Then it's Barnes at a 1:49, just a little off his previous best. And rounding things out, it'll be Samaya, who will also get a personal best. He came in under 2 minutes, came in at a 2:00.52. All right. Here we go, the old-fashioned backstroke, folks. For many of these swimmers, this is their favorite stroke. We're going to have 5 heats of the young ladies. 100 yards. That's 4 lengths of the pool, looking up at the ceiling. Cora Donaldson will be in lane number 1. It's Danny Hume in lane number 2. It's Claire Paul in lane 3 with Grace Ortle in lane 4. Riley Curry is in lane 5. Paul, Ortle, and Curry all from the Metro East. Sydney Matheny's in lane 6. Sierra Graham's in 7th. And Georgia Samet in lane number 8. Gotta go Sydney from her dad. Shout out to Ryan and hello. And a couple of more anecdotes. We mentioned Danny Hume just a little bit ago. Free and back are her favorite. She also loves horseback riding. She's also in theater, plays volleyball. Of course, we mentioned her older sister. Her parents were watching her older sister over the weekend yesterday, so they missed the event. But I want to say hello to them. And her brother used to swim in the Parkway Club, Ben. He's part of the St. Louis Rowing Club now. So thanks to Jill for giving us a couple extra anecdotes. First one into the wall, lane number 4. In this one is going to be, well, they got Riley Curry first. I don't think it was her. I think it was actually Ortle. She might have had a soft touch. But nonetheless, those two were 1 and 2. Paul right in behind them, then with Hume. Top time in that one, they got registered at 104.15. There was a soft touch again by Ortle. They got her level as 5th. 6th place goes to Samet, then Graham, and Donaldson. Top time, though, 104.15. And I believe it was just a little quicker than that. And that was for Curry. All right, here we go. Heat number 2. It's Cecilia Hoganson in lane number 1. It's Paige Blom in lane 2. Maddie Stoner is in 3. Savannah Amon in lane 4. Vika Anderson in 5. Lily Driscoll's in 6. Mia Crandall's in 7th. And Rachel Bolin in 8th. All 13 and 14-year-olds, all from Parkway. Top time coming into this one, middle of the pool in lane 4, is Amon. She came in with a 1:11.81. That is just off of that double B time, which is a 1:11.19. All these youngsters would love to swim this event at the upcoming Division I champs. Split that time for Amon was right around 36, so she's in line to get it if she can maintain that pace. It is really going to be about these turns. And for parents out there watching, siblings, other swimmers, these turns in short course make up 1/3 of an event for 100 yards. Because you're under the water on the start, then you have 3 turns. And it's so important. Vika Anderson looking very strong in lane number 5 right now. They're going to go under the flag. It's Anderson, Amon, and Stoner. First one into the wall, and the touch will go to Anderson. She just out-touches Amon. She came back with a great split of a 36.93, 1:13.43, 1:13.53, 1:13.94. That's Anderson, Amon, and Stoner. 4th place in that one goes to Blom. Rounding things out, it'll be Driscoll, Hoganson, Crandall, and Bolin. So very fast race right there. No one quite getting that double B time, but good competition all the way through. A couple of drops in there as well. So way to go to the young ladies. 3rd heat now. It's Gabby Gastrich. She's in lane 1. Kate Morgan is in 2. Lindsay Wong is in lane 3. Kayla Wall is in 4. Magana Hebar in lane number 5. It's Kate Figge in lane 6 with Sam Hangelsben in lane number 7. Aditi Deo is in lane number 8. Again, they're going to do 4 lengths of the pool here in this one, so get a little time to watch some of the technique here. Looking strong, lane number 6. That's Kate Figge. Want to give a shout out to her parents. We know they're watching. She's one of 6 is young Kate. Loves lacrosse, likes the IM and the freestyle. She's also an open water swimmer. She does the swim across America. She's done that the last couple of years. Folks, for those of you not aware of that, that's an outdoor swim event, typically on a lake. She swims it at Innsbruck, and you raise money for charity by competing, and a lot of folks in the Parkway program do that year in and year out. Natalie gives a shout out to Aditi, saying, way to go. Right now, lane number 6, it is Kate Figge. This is her first year in the program. 8th graders at St. Peter's, and she's going to come in. Her previous time was a 1:19. She's going to shatter that one. Wall comes in 2nd, 3rd to Wong. 4th place goes to Hebar. Then it's Hagelsben. Rounding things out, it'll be Gastrich and Deo. So that 1:18 flat for Kate Figge. A nice drop of almost a 1.5 seconds. Full house. Nope, I'm sorry. Only 7 lanes occupied in this one. There was no one scheduled to be in lane 8. It's Claire Lemcool in lane number 1. It's Luisa Marietta in 2. Therese Bathgate's in 3. Allie Quick is 4. Carly Keski's in 5. Rizel Mendoza in 6th. And Leah Grendler in lane number 7. We got a Go Carly from Lauren. Mallory and Charlie Sturt also swim, and Jack Windler. They're all her cousins. She swims for Westminster on the middle school team. She's in 8th grade. And also Natalie, another shout out for Therese. Middle of the pool right now. You're looking at it. It is Keski. See those shout outs happen to work, folks. She's a body length ahead of everyone else in lane number 5. So Lauren sending along those good vibes. Ellen Z also saying go to Therese. Good strong swim right now for Carly Keski in the middle of the pool. She came in with a time of a 1:22.98. She's going to beat that by probably about 5 seconds. Let's see what she touches at. She'll go into the wall. She'll beat it by about 4 seconds. Nice job, Carly. So those shout outs, she gets that good vibe. She feels it. She comes in and swims a 1:17.37. 5 seconds better than her previous best. Second place in that heat will go to Bathgate, so good job for Therese. Also getting those vibes, also getting that drop. Therese came in, she drops over a second. Third place in that one to Quick. Fourth place goes to Marietta, and then rounding things out, it'll be Mendoza, Lemcool, and Grendler. We got one final heat here in this backstroke event. Two young ladies in. It's Audrey Van Kirk and Simone Myers. Both of these young ladies do not have a previously established time. Of course, Audrey got a shout out earlier along our line, and those are always helpful. Coming up, 5 heats of the young men. Including a couple of top backstrokers in the state of Missouri, and Carter Crook and Gabe Porter. First one off the wall there. Simone Myers, nice split of the 37.96.
This is the final heat for event 38. Event 39, boys, 13 and over, 100-yard backstroke is next.
She's going to come in with a nice time. Simone, nice swim for her. She's from Metro East, 1:16.13. That is good enough for a B time. She'll be shooting for that double B next time around. And here comes Van Kirk in as well. She'll have a nice time for the first time out at a 1:30.60. All right, here come the young men. Full house in the pool, 8 lanes. Ryan Lipsky's at the top of your screen in lane 1 with Jacob Deering next to him. He's the 18-year-old. Carter Crook in lane 3, we mentioned him. And right next to him, Gabe Porter with Matthew Judkins, Connor Suthers, Cole Smith, and Jeremiah Koenig. Jeremiah swam very well earlier, so we'll see if he's got some speed as well. But look to the middle right now, especially with Crook and Porter. They're in lanes 3 and 4. Judkins next to them at 5. Judkins will be the first one to touch the wall. It's really going to be about these underwaters. All 3 of those young men stretching it out. Great underwater there. That's a perfect example, folks, if you want to see on how to handle that. But Porter looking very strong on top of the water. He'll be the first one in on the split. Gabe Porter comes into the 26.54. He's on pace to beat his previous best with a 53.50. The local sectional cut was a 55.69 last year. The national one is a 53.69. Judkins starting to fall off as he might do sometimes, and Crook really looking strong up in lane number 3. So Judkins had a very fast first 25, but Porter right now starting to step it up just a little bit. So is Crook. First one into the wall, it'll be Gabe Porter. He'll come in at a 53. Crook right behind him, then Judkins. So actually 54.18, a 55.20, and a 57.38. Fourth place in that heat goes to Connor Suthers. Fifth place to Cole Smith. Then it is Deering, Lipsky, and Koenig. So great job to all those young men on that one. Top time again, a 54.18. And Cole Smith came in there with that 101.81. That is just off of the A time. Solid B time for the 14-year-old. Full house once again, all 8 swimmers in. It's Charlie Schaefer up in lane number 1. Vincent Hankers in lane number 2 with Edmund Schenk in lane 3. William Chen is in 4. He was fast earlier. It's Nate Bauer in 5. William Jost, lane 6. Tommy Fichters in 7. And Zidane Riza in lane number 8. Lane 6 right now looking strong. That's William Jost. Neck and neck, they're going to come off the wall one last time. It's been fun watching young William develop. Went for primarily a short freestyler. Now he's starting to really round out the other strokes. He shot up about a foot over the course of the last year in terms of height. Puts his dad rather on the tall side. Into the wall here, William Jost. He may have the top time. Let's see. He'll be a little bit off of it, but he's at 101.08. So William will drop 2 seconds. Second place in that heat goes to Bauer, then Chen and Shank. Rounding things out, it'll be Fichter, Hagar, and Risa. Schaefer also in there in 6th place. That double B time is a 106.39 for those 13 and 14-year-olds. None of them getting in there on that one. Although Bauer did get in there under that one. My apologies. Okay, now we got Ethan Hill is in lane number 1. No one in 2 and 3. Jack Pfister's in lane 4. Right now he's slightly ahead with Michael Purcell in 5. It's Pendleton in 6. No one in lane 7, and Lucas Day in lane number 8. Yeah, we mentioned Colby Robick. He was scheduled to be in 7. Maybe he overloaded on celebratory cake yesterday. His grandparents wanted to give him a shout out and say how proud of him they are. He's stepped to CBC High School, and a lot of longtime friends and relatives that have gone to school there. My nephew will also be in that class next year, Colby, so look out for young Michael Sherwood, but maybe on a little sugar overload. I'll blame that on Corey and Vicky. Giving them too much cake yesterday to celebrate. Although, if you were to bring some by here, we'd gladly accept it. Kevin and I need to keep our energy level up. Front running right now, middle of the pool, lane number 4, as you might expect. That's Jack Pfister. Again, his mom, Nancy, right up here. She's running security, making sure these youngsters are following all the protocols. We are still in the COVID protocol. But Jack will come in at a 105.44. Nice time for him. And that is under... Oh, he's a 15-year-old, so not going to matter for him on that double B. Second place in the heat goes to Pendleton. Third place to Purcell, and then it's Hill and Day. Seven competitors here in heat number 4. It's all Trogi in lane 1. It's Tyler Matheny in 3. Jun Ju in lane number 4. It's Jackson Deering in 5. Johnny Laird in 6. Tyler Fessenmeyer in lane 7. And Matthew Sheridan in lane number 8. Matheny and Sheridan are 15 years old. Al Trogi is 13 years old, and the others are all 14-year-olds. So a couple of them looking to just inch their way up into that 106.39 for that double B time. Looking strong down here, bottom of the screen, Matthew Sheridan. He came in with a 122.60. He's pacing way ahead of that right now. Middle of the pool there, lane 5. That is Deering. He came in with a 116.98. I think he's going to get that. He's got an outside shot to get that time of that 106. Not going to happen, though. But he will go into a B range. I believe he got under the 111. But Sheridan with a 108 shatters that. Deering just off it at a 112.47. That B time is a 111.94. Third place in the heat goes to Fessenmeyer. Fourth place to Laird. Fifth to Matheny. So Tyler comes in with a 121. Just a little bit off his previous best time. Altrogi and Ju. All right, final heat now. Full house. All 8 lanes occupied. Howard Kinn is in lane number 1. It's Ryan Pinkerton in 2. Aiden Workman's in 3 with Gavin Joyner in 4. Adam Barnes is in 5. Edward Norton in lane number 6. George Martin in 7. And Emilio Samaya in lane number 8. Top time coming into this one, a 124.27. That's Gavin Joyner. He's in the middle of the pool, lane number 4. Right now, it is he and Norton in lane 6 that look to be about even as they touch the wall on this first turn. Norton right now coming on the split. He's going to be the first one to touch the wall. That'll be a good split for him. He had a soft touch, though. It was about 39. Joyner's split was right at 40, so both of them pacing to go well ahead of their previous. If they can maintain that Speed. Last turn, very important on this backstroke. Up out of the water, Joyner with a nice turn coming off. He's closed the gap back there with Norton. You know, all these swimmers have different parts of the technique that they're very good at. Some are good at the underwater. Some are good at the starts. Some are good on top of the water. First one, into the wall, and it will be Norton. Norton will come into 121.91. So he's 5 seconds better. Joyner right in behind him. We'll see what his split looks like. It's a 124.64. Good job for Gavin, right on his previous time. And then we'll round things out with Pinkerton, Workman, Barnes, Martin, Kin, and Samaya still tracking down here in the bottom of the screen. So all these youngsters, and I think he's going to beat his previous best time. Kin 5 seconds better than his previous best time. Nice job, gentlemen. All right, well, now we got a long one. The girls, this is the young ladies, this is their 200-yard butterfly. This is a grueling stroke, folks. This hurts me watching it. Lane number 2 is Sophie Schmidt. It's Sadie Kulemis in lane number 3. Shelby Bouchong's in 4. Vienna Schindler's in 5. And Ava Assinger in lane number 6. She's a freshman homeschooled. She also plays freshman basketball. Does Ava in lane 6. Or no, that's Andy. I'm sorry. I don't think we have anything on Ava, so my apologies. Right now, looking really strong, middle of the pool, is Shelby Bouchong. Not sure if Aunt Chris Bouchong is out there watching or not, but if she is, I want to say hello to her, longtime colleague when we worked together at the Sporting News. Here she comes right now on the split. You're wondering what that cut is. It's a 212.99. It was the regional last time on that sectional cut, and then the national on that 2 fly is a 208. That was a tough one to get in this event. Yeah, so there was a debate Friday night on what is your toughest stroke. Is it your 400 IM or your 200 fly? My son would say this one right here is really, really tough. He swims both of them. We saw the 200 backstroke and that 200 breaststroke. I think that 200 breaststroke is the most grueling event from my standpoint. Just so many moving parts, and you got to consistently do that. Bouchong now on her last lap. Let's see if she can get underneath that 212. Going to be tough, but she's got an opportunity to do it. She's put herself in the position. Right in behind her, lane number 3. That's Kulemis, the 14-year-old. Then lane 5, it's Schindler into the wall. Now she's going to be just off of it, but a good time. Shelby came in with a 2:15.61. She goes back in a 2:16.86. So looking at that double B time, it is a 2:36.89. So right now, Sadie has a chance to get that. Can she get to the wall? I think she got it. Let's see what she comes out with on that time. Ding, 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 ding. 2:36.54. She got it. Way to go. The double B time for her. Schindler right in behind her in 3rd place. So nice job, Sadie. You've just won the prize. You get to swim that in a couple weeks. I don't know if that's a great prize or not, but great achievement. That is definitely the case. Schindler in 3rd place, 4th place to Assinger, and then Schmidt rounds things out. So nice job to the young ladies. 6 competitors in this particular heat. Will Cottle's in lane 2. It's Daniel Budeman in 3. Matthew Judkins in 4. Colin Schaefer's in 5. Andrew Hebner's in 6. And Grayson Mueller in lane 7. Give a hello to Jill Ordle, and she chimed in. One of their parents from over the Mets program. Always happy to see those folks. So Judkins right now front running as he would expect to be. Expect Schaefer to be right in behind him. C Money in lane 5. Daniel Budeman in lane 4. Daniel just coming off getting his booster shot for COVID, so his arms are a little sore. His mom told me don't expect him to do very well this weekend, but you never know. He swam excellent yesterday, but Judkins now touched the wall. Expect him to front run. Judkins has the national times in this one. 1:53.36 is what they've got him listed at here. And I believe he is even faster than that. He'll touch the wall on that split. That last one, he's at a 57.88. Good pace for him at this point. Let's see if he can maintain it. Not quite in true racing shape. Interesting watching the young men. They're borrowing each other's caps. Not sure what that one that Matthew's wearing is, but I've seen a couple of the Parkway high school kids wearing caps from some of the Rockwood School District teammate caps, some other ones. Judkins will have to go get it, though, if he wants to get any type of improvement. Not sure he's got enough pool left. He'd have to go into a 50 sprint time right now, and I don't think he's got enough in him to go under that 153, but nonetheless, it'll be a good established time for him. Schaefer hanging right in there, right? He's been right in his hip pocket the whole time. Collins' previous best time is a 2:01. He's going to be right on that. In fact, he's gaining a little ground, looking stronger as he goes. Budeman right in behind them. Daniel came in with a 2:05. So Judkins will finish in a 2:02. Schaefer with a 2:04. Budeman with a 2:08. Huebner with a 2:11. Andrew off of his previous best time. Mueller with a 2:14, and then Will Cottle will round things out. 2:27. Tommy Fichter will be in lane 3. No previously established time with Callum Shank in lane 4. It's Nate Bauer in lane 5. He does not have established time either. Shank with a 2:24.19. So we did get another note from the Assingers, and it was Ava. Ava is in 8th grade, so thank you. She began swimming in 8th grade, excuse me. So thanks for the note to clarify. Scott Schaefer chiming in on Collins' performance, said he's right where he wants to be. His goal, really, when they get the champs in a couple of weeks' time, is to break 2 minutes. Callum looking strong, so Cal, lane 4. See where the split's going to be when he touches here. About a minute 4. Again, his previous best is a 2:24. He's well ahead of that pace. He's at a 1:04.64. And of course, we're going to give the assist of the weekend to his sister, Willa, for telling us the proper pronunciation is Viola. When you get over 50, like I am now, you want people to help you out with things like that. The memory starts to go. The pronunciations you care less about, but you want to get it right. So thank you, young Willa. All right, here we go, Cal. Let's see what you can do now. Let's come in underneath this 2:24. If he can touch the wall in under 2, I think he's going to get it. He's going to touch this wall at about a 1:59. So come on, Cal, go get it. He's got his coaches cheering him on. As do Bauer and Fichter. They're right even with each other right now as they touch the wall. They don't have a previously established time. Be nice for them to come in if they can under 2:30. Into the wall, and Cal will get his personal best on that one. 2:18. Let's see what Tommy and Nate can do. They're going to come in close to the double beat time is a 2:26 for those youngsters. 2:38 is the beat time. 2:26.80, and he gets it. Nate Bauer will swim this in a couple of weeks' time. So way to go, Nate, getting that double B by 0.09. And a very solid time for Tommy Fichter, a B time for him. All right. Folks, I'm not going to have time to comment on a whole lot because guess what? It is sprint time, and here we go. It's 50 freestyle. We're going to start things off. 8 full in the lanes. Lily Driscoll in 1. Ellie Green is in 2. Sydney Matheny's in 3 with Ortle Grace in 4. It's Shelby Bouchong in 5. Riley Curry's in 6. Claire Paul's in 7. And Carissa Osborne is in lane number 8. The BB cut is a 30-19. First one into the wall, and it will be Ortle. She'll come in with a 25-66. So Grace comes in just off her previous best. Second place, and that one goes to Bouchong. Third place to Green. Fourth place goes in that heat to Curry. And rounding things out, it will be Matheny, Paul, Driscoll, and Osborne. Next heat now. Ava Assinger is in lane number 1. We just mentioned her a moment ago. Vika Anderson is in lane 2. In lane 3, it's Cora Donaldson with Natalie Gromberg in 4. Mia Crandall's in 5. And in lane 6 is Sierra Graham. No swimmers in lanes number 7 and 8. Top time coming in lane number 4, it's Gromberg, 28-28. They want to get under 30-19. If they haven't gotten it yet, all swimmers in this have already had that qualifying time, so they're looking for personal best. She'll come in at a 28-77. That'll be just off her previous best time. Second place goes to Donaldson. Third place to Assinger. Then it's Anderson, Graham, and Crandall. All 8 swimmers getting ready to jump in. It's Aditi Deo in lane number 1. It's Allie Quick in 2. Savannah Amon in lane 3. Kayla Wall comes in with the fastest prelim time of a 29:35 in 4. It's Kate Morgan in 5. Rachel Bolin in lane 6. Carly Keski in 7. And Lindsay Wong in lane number 8. First one out early will be touching the wall in lane number 3. It's Amon, followed by Morgan in 5. Coming off the wall, also looking very strong in lane number 3. Or I say lane number 2 is Allie Quick. Coming on here late is Carly Keski in lane number 7. Underneath the flags they go. First one into the wall. Who's it going to be? Looks like it'll be lane number 3, and it is. It's Amon, 29-79. And she is just slightly ahead of her previous best. Way to go to Savannah. And she continues to get that previous best time. Almost every one of those swimmers had that cut. Wong did not have it. She's just finished out of it. Aditi just misses it as well. No one in lane number 3 here in this particular heat. Or actually, she is in lane number 3. Okay, it's Lemcool. Claire Lemcool in 1. It's Leah Grundler in lane number 2. It's Gabby Gestrich in lane 3 with Kate Figge in lane number 4. It's Megana Hebar in lane number 5 with Sam Hagelsben in lane 6. Louisa Marietta in 7. And Bathgate. Teresa's in lane number 8. Strong right now, middle of the pool. It's Kate Figge. She came in with a 31.11. She should go well under that. Can she get that double B time? Let's see what it is. A 30.94. She just misses it. Just off of it. Second place in the heat is Hebar. Marietta in lane number 7 is in third place, followed by Gastrich. Rounding things out, it will be Bathgate, Lemcool, Hagelsben, and Grendler. So she shaved a couple tenths of a second off to Kate Figge, but not quite where she wanted to go. Her dad told me she really wants that double B. Well, she'll have that last chance meet in a couple of weeks' time to swim that. Well, we got somebody in lane number 1. Not really sure who that is, or in lane 2. But in lane 3, it's Sophia Nolhoff. It is Rizel Mendoza in 4. Simone Myers in lane 5. Mendoza's at 4. Myers at 5. So Sophia Nolhoff is not here. Excuse me. And then in lane 6, it's Audrey Van Kirk. Rizel has a time of 35.85. Everyone else is looking to get their first ever time. Good times there, 28s, 29s. If those two young ladies in lanes 1 and 2 are under 14, they've got the double B time, as do Myers and Van Kirk just off of it in 4th place. And then Rizel comes in with a 37.57 just off her previous best time. Nice job to the young ladies. All right, here's your sprint. We got one of the top sprinters in the state of Missouri in William Jost, sophomore from Parkway Central. He'll be in lane number 4, so watch that young man fly. Jeremiah Kennick's in lane 1. Jacob Deering's in 2. Connor Southers is in 3. William Joseph is in 4. Gabe Porter's in 5. Carter Crook is in 6. It's Ryan Lipsky in 7. The 14-year-old, he's a fast sprinter as well. And Andy Assinger, we mentioned him a couple of moments ago, in lane number 8. Want to give a quick shout-out to Audrey, new Parkway girl. Get that BB. Middle of the pool, William Jost trying to go under 22. And not going to do it, though. 22.57 for William. His previous best was a 21.72. Followed in there by Connor Southers, always fast. Connor's just off his previous best. Then it's Gabe Porter. Rounding things out, it'll be Carter Crook, Koenig, Assinger, Deering, and Lipsky. All right, into the next heat we go. Patrick Wong in lane number 1, Braden Shear in 2, Vincent Hager in 3, Pavel Hardy is very fast in the sprints as well in lane number 4. It's Luke Heberly in 5, Grayson Mueller in 6, Cole Smith in 7, and Connor Moran in lane number 8. Look at Moran down here at the bottom of your screen. Also look in lane number 6. Mueller, they're looking very strong, as is Hardy in lane number 4. First one into the wall, and it will be Pavel. Oh, actually, Grayson Mueller out touches everybody to 24.89. Way to go, Grayson, just off his previous best. Second place in that heat. Actually, it was a tie with Connor Moran. Can you believe that? The young 13-year-old busting through. So Connor with that 24.89, that's just off the A time. All right, next heat, here we go now. Michael Purcell in lane 1. It's Adon Riza in lane 2. Andre Myers in 3. Emmett Shank is in 4. It's Jack Pfister in 5. Will Cottles in 6. Matthew Sheridan in 7. And Charlie Schaefer in 8. Looking strong. Lane number 2 right now is Adon Riza. And that young man will touch it at 24.76. Good sprint for him. A 21.05 for Myers, as both of those young men get their personal best. Next one goes to Shank, then Pfister, and Cottle tie. And then it's Sheridan, Purcell, and Schaefer. Nice job to the young men here. Jason Deering now will jump in lane number 1. Next to him in lane 2 is Kane Powell. It's Harry Pendleton in lane 4. Lane 5, or lane 4 has Wong, and then no one in lane 5. Lane 6 has Lucas Day and Tyler Fessenmeyer in lane number 8. So lanes 5 and 7 are vacant. Right now looking strong. Lane number 4, first one into the wall, and it will be Kevin. Kevin comes in at a 26.67. Nice drop for him of almost a minute, or almost a second, excuse me. Right behind him is Day. And then rounding things out will be Pendleton, Deering, Fessenmeyer, and Powell. Last heat now of the sprints. Lane number 1 is Aiden Workman. Taylor Altrogi is in lane number 3 with Elliot Bland in 4. Daniel Lansbaum in lane number 5. It's Johnny Laird in 6. Tyler Matheny's in 7. And Edward Norton in lane number 8. And looks like right now Danny Lansbaum's got something to talk about. He ain't going to let anybody beat him in this one. He went out early, and he's going out strong. Came in with a 29. He's going to shatter that, folks. Elliot Bland came in with a 28.53. He may beat that, but it'll be Lansbaum coming in. He's going to hit at a 26.51. That is just off the A time. Shatters the double B time, which he did not have prior to that one. Way to go. Nice race for him. Laird also with a 29.09. That's good enough for a B time. Rounding things out, it will be Bland, Matheny. And I got one more heat, but I don't have the competitors in this one as it was not on my heat sheet. So my apologies, folks. I'm not sure who all the swimmers are in this one. Somehow I missed it. My apologies. Well, good race there in that one. Top time coming in. That was, okay, so it was Pinkerton. He was in lane number 1. Jew in lane number 5, or he's lane 4. Then Jew came in second. Third place in that heat was Dick with a 32.04. Fourth place in that heat goes to Gavin Joyner at a 32.18. Rounding things out, it'll be Barnes, followed by Kin, Martin, and Samaya. So my apologies about not having those names when we first started that heat. Nonetheless, good racing all the way through for those young men. Now, I don't know if we're going to get a break or not, but here's what we got, folks. You're not going to hear from me a whole lot during the course of this next 20 minutes. But we have the mile. This is the 1650. Okay, this is a full, I think it's 60 plus laps. Like, my math's not that good. My son doesn't swim this. My daughter wouldn't even sniff swimming anything over a 200. So, not really sure how all this works out. But the swimmers are going to jump in. We'll see how many that we actually have. We've got 7 scheduled. We'll see how many actually go to the blocks. All right, all the swimmers are in place here now on the blocks. They've got their counters. Very important that you have a counter on this one because you don't want to lose track. This is, again, it's a full mile. Let me run down who the competitors are scheduled to be. And it looks like there's somebody at just about every one of the starting blocks. So I think we're going to have a full house here in this one. And we're going to add a young man in lane 8 since there's already 8 full. So let's see if we get his name up there. But it'll be Natalie Gromberg in lane number 1. Paige Blom is in lane 2. Cecilia Hoganson will be in 3. It'll be Sadie Kulemis in lane number 4. It'll be Carissa Osborne in lane 5. Vienna Schindler's in 6, and Sophie Schmidt in lane number 7. All of these young ladies are 13 and 14 years old. So they're looking to get that time for a qualifier. And previously established, Kulemis is a 19:26.49, and Osborne with a 20:49. They're going to be going for that AAA time. They're looking to move all the way up the ranks and see if they can't get that zones cut. You don't get a lot of opportunities to swim these long distance events, so that's what they're going to do here in this one. So I want to give a shout out to Stacy Dick. Her son is she is a U City parent, loves the live stream.
Nice face for radio.
All right, folks, so you're not going to hear a whole lot from me here in this particular event nonetheless because it's going to take a while. But congratulations to the young ladies for swimming this one. And it looks like it'll be Matthew Sheridan who's down in lane number 8. So, again, a couple of ladies in the middle of the pool. They're going to go for that AAA time. They want to swim this at the zones meet. And a couple of the other young ladies, well, all the other young ladies do not have a previously established time. That's Gromberg, Blom, Schindler, and Schmidt. They want to get in there and get that BB time. Typically, events like this either happen at the very beginning of a meet or late in an event, so at the end, if your kids are new to distance. I remember for several years when my son first started swimming, we'd always be the last one to the event because he was pretty good at the 500 in those days, and that was always the last event on the first day of Invitational, and so we would be there late. Doesn't swim it as much anymore, but typical happens with these long distance events like this mile. And you're going to start looking at the split. So what are you looking for? You're going to look for them to establish a little bit of rhythm. They want to probably be around that 33, 34 time, and they're going to have to carry that all the way through for 60 laps. So you think about this in a pool where you get to make a turn and push off the wall to help you every 25 yards. If you're doing this in open water, you don't get that opportunity. You just got to continue to swim. So you think about your triathletes. You think about your open water swimmers. And for parents who are new to programs like the Parkway Swim Club or the Mets program or U City, if you have a distance swimmer, open water, you can qualify for zones. You can qualify for nationals in that same fashion. That is a real event, but there's very few of them. And you typically have to travel to go get to them because living here in St. Louis, you don't have a lot of time to swim open water, especially in the months from October through April. So let's keep that in mind. We're going to keep looking at these splits. That will be the one thing we comment on. But you see the two competitors middle of the pool. Kulemis and Osborne, they are right neck and neck. Again, good splits. They're right in that 34 mid-range. They want to stay in that 33, 34, 35, but they've got to maintain that all the way through. A couple shout-outs from some parents on our message board, too. Bunny Gromberg saying, yeah, anybody, I would agree with Bunny 100%. You just to be commended for going out and giving this a shot. Half the battle in this particular event is just completing it. The other part of it is then figuring out how to swim it fast. Continuing to look strong, middle of the pool right now. Osborne, she's just slightly moved ahead. Kulemis, again, both these young ladies, they would love to get that double beat, or that triple A time, 18:22.79. We'll look at their next split as they come off the wall here at the start-finish end. Carissa will touch here, her head coach, Bob Ruddle, right there at the block with her at that start-finish. She's maintaining that 34 and right at that 35. Columbus maybe need to pick it up just slightly, and of course, Carissa's mother, she's lane counting for her down here at the bulkhead end. If you're new to swimming and you're wondering what's happening, all the folks that are sitting down here on this on the left side of your screen, they're counting the lanes, they're counting the laps for these swimmers. We're just about a third of the way done with this particular event. Sheridan looking pretty good down here at the bottom. If you're Sheridan, I'm not sure. Let me look and see if I can find Matthew's age again. He was in one of our previous events, and I know we've got him, but nonetheless, we'll see what he's going to be gearing for here in just a moment. He's a 15-year-old, so he'd be looking more towards that sectional cut. And this is a difficult sectional to get. There's no doubt about it. He's going to be about 16 and a half minutes is what he's going to need to be, and he's not on pace to get that at this point. Maybe just doing it to establish a time as well. Some of these youngsters want to go out and challenge themselves. See if they can maintain a pace, how long they can swim it. Especially as they enter competitive swimming, some of them at a younger age, some of them starting when they're 13, 14, 15. So, but Carissa Osborne right now, she's starting to stretch it out. Let's look at her next split now. She's going to come off the wall, getting that encouragement from her coach. She's still under 35 on her splits, so very strong right now. She's doing every 100 in about a minute 8. So that puts her in a good position. Come on. Still in there, still under 35. And still under 36 in that 35 range. So Columbus has also put herself in a position. Might have to pick it up on the second half of her swim a little bit, but nonetheless, she's got an opportunity. Now we'll be right back here. We'll have a little bit of break following the young men here. Got a full heat of boys, 8 swimmers in that one. We've got some pretty fast times as well. And there's a couple of them that do have the opportunity to get that sectional. So if you're interested in watching that one, Mueller and Hebner, both at 17 minutes right now, they've got an opportunity trying to go into that 16-minute range to see if they can't get it. Connor Moran also, 13-year-old phenom. He comes in just right at 20 minutes. Well into that BB range for him, and he'll be looking to go much lower than that. Chris Osborne hanging in there now. Still under 35 with her splits. Sadie, still under 36. Again, you got to maintain it under 36 if you want to have a chance at what you're trying to get. And my math is not quick enough to know if that's going to be under 18 and a half minutes or not, but that's what they're trying to shoot for. 18:22:79 to be exact. Carissa is on pace right now to get it. Again, little instruction for those. You see Carissa wearing that bright purple suit. It's got the longer legs in it. That is one of your tech suits, so she is definitely going out trying to get that time here. She's decided, you'll hear that phrase, tech up, or wear the tech suit. She's done that here because you don't have a lot of opportunities to do these. She said, I'm going to give my best opportunity. Those suits are made of special material. A little more expensive for sure. The compression, so they tighten up the muscles and allow the, hopefully push the swimmers a little bit harder. She's well on pace though. And Sadie also riding behind her. Let's look at the rest of the pool, where we stand at. Lanes number 6 and 2 looking very strong. That's Blom and Schindler. Natalie Bromberg, top of your screen. She'll touch for the 35th time. As will Sophia Schmidt. Matthew Sheridan, bottom of your screen. He's a little bit ahead of those young ladies. Well, Carissa touches again. That's her. I think that's her first 50 over 35, 35:16 for her. But still with a very good pace. 36:18 for Sadie. Starting to slow down a little bit, you know. Expect both of these two when they get to that last 10, those last 10 laps, we'll pick it up. Or last 10 lengths of the pool, excuse me. A lot of strategy in this particular event. What does your pace need to be? And Osborne dropped right back down, 35:02. So she turned it up a little bit. So when you have someone on either end of the pool that knows what you want your splits to be and they're tracking them, you can give them signals. You can say, yell at them. You can, when you put that board down under the water, shake it a certain way to say you need to pick it up a little bit. And we saw Osborne just do that. In fact, she's maintaining. I think she's going to be right down around that 35 again. Yep, 35:02 on the previous, 35:04 on this lap. Lemus back down to 35:30. She's picked it back up a little bit, knowing that now it's gut time. Gut check time. (13 and 14 years old, respectively, for these two young ladies, Osborne and Columbus. Carissa's picking it up again. She'll come down and touch. There's a couple more left now, laps for her. 35-30. You'll see different kinds of styles, different stroke styles in these distance events. Some are smooth, where they just kind of glide through the water. Some use more of a rhythmic. It's called a trot or a gallop. See Coach Bob Rettle there down at the block, cheering Chris on. He knows she needs to pick it back up a little bit. Dropped off a little on that 35-51. He knows what she's going for. She wants that 18:22.79. Just 13 years old to be this fast at this event. Tremendous. Of course, her older brother Cohen, tremendous swimmer, backstroker, butterflyer. Young men in the state of Illinois right now competing at the high school level. And she's picked it back up again, back down to the 35.04, and she continues to push the envelope. She's going to come right down to it, folks. Stay tuned. Watch an exciting finish to this 1650. Touches into 35.25. Gonna be close. Last one at 35.03. Drama here in the 1650. She'll come off the wall now, 35.22. Not going to be enough. She's not going to get that. She's got a chance to get that double A time of a 19:12.89, though. Columbus has picked her pace back up. She's back now under 36 on her splits. Bell lap now for Carissa. Pushing the envelope now. She's going to come into that double A time, though she shatters her previous best. Nice job for Carissa Osborne. 19:05.16. Great swim for her. Columbus is going to be a little off her previous. Actually, she's got a chance to beat her previous best. Can she do it? She will do it. So Sadie will come in. Her previous best was a 19:26.49. She'll come in at a 19:25.29. So over a second off of that. But that's how much these young ladies know how to swim. They figure it out. They get into rhythm. Those two young ladies are absolutely spent. Congratulations to them. Great race all the way around. Sharon will come down lane number 8. This is his final lap. Again, kudos to all these youngsters that come out and just finish this particular event. Tremendous, tremendous stamina and commitment. He will come in and he's going to touch. Right. He'll be under 21. Let's see if he's under 20. 20, 58, 22. We'll get set now for 20 minutes or so of the young men. Next one into the wall for the young ladies. Schindler in lane number 6 to 21:35. And she got the double B time. Way to go, Vienna. First time out, she gets the double B. 5th place goes to 21:40.39. She also gets the double B time, does Paige Blum, so congratulations to her. Natalie Gromberg just off of it with a 22:01.09. And then rounding things out, Sophia Schmidt will come in now. She'll come in 22:28.86. That's a solid B time for her. And then one more length to go. She can go under 23:23. She'll have the B time as well. Let's see. Lane number 3. That's Hoganson. Cecilia came in with a 24:23.73. She's going to beat that. So an improvement nonetheless. Got to come back now in 23 seconds, young lady. Let's see if you can get it. Come on, go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Come on, young lady, get that B time. The entire crowd left here at the natatorium cheering her on. She's not only going to have a personal best, she's going to get that B time for the first time, and she will do it. Oh, she's got another lap left. I think she's done. I think she's swimming an extra event. She is. Well, nonetheless, she's finished. She's just doing her warm down now. She's just doing her warm down. She got it. She didn't get the bell because they did that on the first one person. So, nonetheless, great job for her. Congratulations, personal best. Great, 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 great race for all those young ladies. And we've got one more to go now. This will be the young men. Full house, 8 swimmers. It'll be Ethan Hill in lane number 1. Bennett Christopherson is in lane 2. It's Alex McGee in lane 3 with Grayson Mueller in 4. Andrew Hebner's in 5. Connor Moran's in 6. Braden Shears in 7. And Daniel Lansbaum. Danny's down in lane number 8. He's had a chance to wave to his pops. He's down there timing on the start-finish end of the pool. Again, looking for a couple of swimmers to look after. Alex McGee going out early in this first 50, but look for Mueller, who's a very good distance swimmer, Hebner and Moran. Those 3, and then Braden Shearer. Every time he seems to jump in, he gets better at something. Right now he's trying his hand, first time ever at the mile. (16:24.39). That's what you're looking for, folks, if you're a sectional. AAA is a 17:31.99, and then the double B is a 20:43.19. McGee and Moran both have that double B time. They come in preliminarily with a McGee right on 22 and Moran right on 20.01. McGee, I should say, right on 20 flat. So you got the three in the middle of the pool. Again, they're going to go 60-plus laps here on this one. Expect them to kind of hang in together throughout the majority of this one. Lane 3, McGee. Lane 4, Mueller. Lane 5, Hebner. And you've got Moran and Shearer in lane 6 and 7, and up in lane number 2 is Christopherson. Rounding things out, it'll be Hill and Landsbaum. Sectional cut again, right around 1624. That's the national cut. You get that, you will qualify for sectionals. If they decide to have a different cut for the sectional at Mizzou, we'll get those times in the upcoming weeks. We'll get those splits next time around. McGee comes off third place. He's in the 33. They're going to need to pick up this pace just a little bit if they want to get down in that sectional range. Don't forget now, we're going to have this afternoon, we're going to have those 12 and under. Should be a good one, folks. We want to thank everybody who sent in some information. We'll hopefully get a chance to mention all those youngsters on the air during the course of our broadcast this afternoon. I'll be with you all the way through until roughly 3:30. So however many events we can get until that time. Some family commitments to attend to this afternoon. All right, last splits 32-11 and 32-60 for Hebner and Mueller, respectively. They're right in with each other. So you start to think about that. If you're going every 100 at a minute 4, times that by 16. And right now they're just off. They're just off They're going to have to get down to that 31 to 30 point to get in there. There they are. They're still in that 33, 16, 33, 32, so they're slowing down just a little bit. Alex McGee picking up at a 33.50, 66, and Connor Moran at a 33.55 in lane 6. He's starting to get stronger. Again, some of these distance swimmers, you equate them to the big fullback. You give them the ball 10, 12 times, and then you get to the fourth quarter and you just keep giving them the ball and they get stronger as they go. That's what some of these distance swimmers can do. They really show their quality in doing it that way. Grayson now, he's back under 33 with a 32.94. Good split for him. He's starting to just edge slightly ahead of Andrew. Alex in lane 4. Connor in lane 6, Alex is in lane 3. Connor's in lane 6. They're starting to also have some pretty quality splits. Huebner a little faster on that last split, 0.3 of a second faster. But Mueller just slightly ahead of him by 0.3 of a second. So Connor already has the double B in this one. He'd love to get up into that 17:31 range for that double B, or that the triple A cut, excuse me. And then we got a couple of swimmers in Hill, Christopherson, Shear, and Lansbaum, all getting their first ever time in this one. They're swimming it for an establishment, see where they can go with it. $33.11 for Huebner, $33.21 for Mueller. Close the gap a little slightly. $33.35 for McGee, $33.03 for Moran. Moran looking a little stronger as he goes. Might see the coaches down at the bottom of your screen raising their hands, trying to establish some rhythm. Tell them to push themselves, tell them to pick it up a little bit. They're instructing all their swimmers right now. Low 33s on those last splits for Grayson and Andrew. Moran now back under 33. He's been the first one to sub-split 33 in quite some time. He won a 32.69. Again, folks, you want to see the future of Parkway boys. Young men's swimming, he's right there. He's in lane number 6, and he's a good one. Of course, his father and mother both swimmers. And Luke and Kirsten, longtime friends. St. Louis University products, and their son following right in their footsteps. We'll see his younger sister Riley today as well. She's one of the up-and-comers for the young ladies. Braden Shear with a nice split there, but 34.89. He's maintained that under 35. That could get him under 20 for his first time out if he could pick it up just a little bit on the back half. Mueller, 33.24. Huebner, 33.26. Moran, 32.98. He's picking it up. McGee still looking strong at a 34.89. Moran just picking it up a bit. We'll pass this along during the morning session as well, but Blair Porter, again, always looking to make this a better experience for everyone. He mentioned to us that the club went out and they purchased some better software so that we can get those names up on that digital scoreboard. We know, for those of you who've been with us in the past, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Well, that software right now is helping us keep that those names up there. You can identify with them. Makes it a much more viewer-friendly live stream. And I want to say something too. Having done a lot of live streams and live events, more swimming in the last couple of years, as my son has been more involved in it. This is as good of a cast as you're going to find anywhere. And the fact that you can actually read that and those names on that scoreboard and that score bug up in the middle top of your screen is tremendous, because even some of the national level meets, you can't do that. So thanks to the club for getting the software, and thanks to Kevin Girth for making sure those pictures are clear as day. Next splits now. Grayson Mueller really starting to separate himself. 33.16 for him. Hebner at 33.41. See where Connor's at when he comes back in. He was in that 33 low, 32 high, 33.26. Still great splits for him. He was right at 21 flat, or 20.01 flat, excuse me, in his previous best. So right now he's tracking ahead of that. Alex McGee not far behind. He came in, his established was a 20 flat. Have a little bit of break, folks, and I think 1:30 is our start time for the youngsters. Braden looking very strong also. Lane number 7, Braden Shear again. I'll go out and swim the mile this time. He's going to go out and have a nice established first time out as well. Well, Grayson's holding in there now, 33.10. Good split for him. Andrew to 34.05. Actually, Connor Moran starting to close the gap on him a little bit. See where his next split is at. 33.25. Well, if Grace... I'm sorry, excuse me. Yeah, we'll see what Grayson's going to do here with his next split. 33.49. He can get down to the low 32s. He's got an outside shot. I don't know if he's got enough time left. My math brain is not quite that quick, but Bennett Christofferson looking strong in lane number 2. He's in 6th place. Andrew's last split at 33.27. Braden Shear is picking it up a little bit. He's at a 34.74 on his last split. 5th place right now in this particular heat. Putting himself in a nice position to go low for that first time out. Connor's last split was a 33-10. That's tremendous for that young man. Bell lap now. Grayson Mueller's going to be the first one to touch. Last split was a 32-42. He's not going to get that 17-22 that we talked about. All right. But he's going to have a really super good time. 17-17, excuse me, was his best time. He's not going to beat that, but he's going to have a nice time. He's going to come in under 18, it looks like. Now he's starting to slow down. As he comes into the wall on this last stretch. Also coming into the wall for his last stretch will be Andrew Hebner. Connor Moran trying to beat that 20.01, and Alex McGee beating that 20 flat. So Grayson and Andrew just off their previous best times, but good races nonetheless for them. Connor Moran comes in. Let's see what his final time is. 18-14. That's a double A time for Connor. Way to go for that young man. Alex McGee coming in. He's going to have a nice time as well. Alex will come in at 18:31. And that is just off of that double A time, but a solid A time for him. Braden Shearer coasted in. Let's see what his first time out ever. 18:44. Nice job to Braden for establishing a good time. Bennett will come in. Let's see what Christofferson got. 18:52, just behind Braden Shearer for his first time ever. Nice job to Bennett. Saw his dad Phil down there counting for him. We'll say hi to Phil. And now we've got our final two competitors here in this one. Daniel Ansbaum down at the bottom of your screen. Top of your screen is Ethan Hill. Neither one of these two young 14-year-olds have swam this event before. And they'll round things out. As they'll get to the orange square. They're going to be right around that 20-second mark, I believe. But not quite to the red square yet. Couple more laps for them to go. And then they'll clear the pool, and we'll get those warm-ups for the youngsters. Bennett's mother down there on the pool deck as well. I want to give a shout out to her. And always nice to see the Christoffersons here. And here we go, bell lap. Last lap now. Hill and Lansbaum. Daniel looking a little bit stronger now as he gets picking up his pace on this last one. Nice to see. And that's part of the strategy these youngsters need to learn. You're doing a distance offensive. Do you have anything left at the end? Push yourself just a little bit more. See if you can get into that wall a little bit quicker. They're both going to go under 22. That's pretty good. And they'll get in at under 21, 25 for both of those young men. Great job. And that will do it, folks, for the fourth session here this weekend of the Parkway Freeze Invite. We're going to take a break. About an hour and a half, and we're going to bring you the 12 and unders here in just a little while. We want to thank Kevin Girth. We want to thank Ruth Price for being the meet director. Of course, Blair Porter and Matt Mullering, they are the marshals for today, and all the coaches and officials for this one, and all the volunteers. For Kevin Girth, my name is Matt Judkins. We're signing off for just a little while. Tune back in, and we'll have great action here this afternoon for the 12 and unders.